The first hour of Fallout New Vegas, what I would do after playing for over 1,000 hours, I'm going to make this guide beginner friendly and give all the tips that I can for people that are veterans to the game. First things first, we're going to pick our name, and honestly I'm just going to go with Courier here. We're going to go through
what I'd have picked for you.
Doc Mitchell's process, picking skills, my recommendations.
Now, I hope
we'll get you out of the Doc's house and show you where to go afterwards. There's a fair bit of talking here,
I take pride in my
as you were shot in the head, but not to worry, the Doc
left anything out of place.
helped you out. Now, he's going to give you this little device to design your character. A lot of you are very familiar with this process, so just pick whatever you want. Cool preset. Let's see, we'll give him a wee bit of hair color. Maybe give him a brown, nice chocolate. I like that chocolate. That'll do. And the facial hair, well, what can we say? Looks good. I'm happy enough. You don't need to spend too much time on it. Unlike Fallout 4, there's no face-to-face dialogue, so you really never see your character except from behind, for the most part.
Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that Vega.
So the Vega tester here is your special skills.
It ain't a race.
I'll be showing you what to prioritize.
You're looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
After he's finished chatting, we can go over here and you can see that it tells you a bit about what each skill affects. So strength, for example, is inventory weight. For every extra strength, you gain 10 extra carry weight. Your melee and unarms affected, and weapon effectiveness. Now, I don't mind putting a few points into strength. I like strength, so we'll do Beach Bully. We'll give it 7. Perception here is for your explosives, lockpick skill, energy weapons, accuracy, and compass range. Now, the first 3 is the skills it affects directly, but you don't need to worry about that, because given enough time playing the game, you can get all your skills to more or less 100, and I'll show you a way to do that without exploits. This does not include any exploits whatsoever, just if you have the Ultimate Edition, but I'll play it as if you don't have all the extra add-ons that you get with that, so everyone has a fair chance here. Endurance mainly is your health. That is the priority. It gives plus 10 to your health. Charisma here is barter, speech, and companion nerve. Now, a lot of people forget this because charisma is just awful in this. Now, honestly, dropping it down here to 1 is worth it. I won't even lie. Even in your first run, I don't even recommend leaving it at 5. Drop it down to 1. Companions already deal an overpowered amount of damage, and most of them have amazing weapons that they use. And if you're not playing hardcore, the companions do not die. So, companion nerve, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll move over to intelligence here. It affects your science, repair, medicine, and the amount of skill points you get at each level up. But again, it's nothing crazy. I'll give it 1 point. When it comes to agility here, that's your guns, your sneak, your speed, your AP point generation. We'll give 1 more to that. Now, I'm going to give 9 points in the luck. I'm going to explain why. Luck, I should say, is all your skills, your critical hits and enemy mishaps. Most important thing is critical hits and gambling. You might go, well, why gambling? It'll make you an awful amount to cap. So if you don't care for the gambling side, have luck on 5 or 6 and throw it into whatever thing you may feel you're lacking. I'm going to leave it 9 just for the purpose of this guide that I'm doing, and I'll throw another point over onto strength at 8. Remember, certain heavy weapons require a minimum of maybe 5 or 6 strength to carry. There's perks that affect that as well, but honestly, anything over 6 should do you quite well.
Huh. Must be some frontal lobe damage. Well, we know your vitals are good.
Keep following old Doc over here, and he'll want you to take a seat. Don't worry, we'll be raiding his house right and soon. Once we get through this, we select our skills and some perks, and we're free to do whatever we want. I won't be sitting through dialogue in this. I'll just be showing you general directions. I want to get as much into this first hour as we can.
I want you to say the first thing.
Now, he says this: dog, cat. He'll say a word, you can pick whatever, it really doesn't matter, so I'm going to just skip through all of it here. Strongly agree. Again, it makes you feel like you're building your character, and I get the purpose of it, but you don't need to worry, because at the end of the day, all the decisions come down to you. What skills do you want to select? Now, I'm going to pick repair, medicine, and science. It'll be made very clear why we're picking these very soon. So, take those 3.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out. So
and then this is your perks. There's one that always needs picked.
Expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Right at the bottom, Wild Wasteland. This causes some strange things to happen throughout the game, and for the best, most authentic experience, pick it up. Now, as for the rest of them, you can go through them to your heart's content and see what kind of thing you can pick up. There's early bird here. You get 2 each of your specials, you know, during the day, but not at night. And then you've got fast shot. You've got good natured here, where you gain 5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, but you lose to, you know, weapons. Hoarder's one that I personally always pick up because I love having extra carry weight of 25 pounds. But you suffer -1 if you're carrying below 160, so it does require a little bit of management, which I'm not going to put you all through. What I am going to recommend is trigger discipline. You fire slower, but you're 20% more accurate. Now, some people say skilled. I suppose you could, but honestly, it is totally up to you. Wild Wasteland's the only one I'm going to say you definitely need. As for all the other ones, why not? Although 4 eyes, I suppose, if you have glasses, you get +1 perception. Without, you have -1. That in itself, not too bad, but I'm going to take trigger discipline.
All right.
Doc will let us free, and then we can raid his house, and you'll see why I picked some of those skills in the beginning. At this point, you can pretty much take everything. He's got some pre-war books. Now, they weigh 1, they're worth 1. Should you pick up a lot of them? Not really, but in the beginning of the game, it would be useful to just take what you can to throw over here. Also, if you pick up the skull here, you see a wee thing. You can pick up items. That'll be incredibly useful later on. So, let's head in here. Stim packs, anti-venom. There's a gun case with a laser pistol you'll want to pick up. So, today's physician. And reading glasses, so you can instantly get that little bonus for 1 perception if you go 4-eyed. This broken submachine gun here, now that you have 25 repair, you'll be able to repair it. Take all the sunset sarsaparillas. I recommend you don't take empty bottles because they're not worth all that much. But in this one case, I'll say why not, because we're going to sell everything to the guy in a little bit here. The chemistry set here, because you have 25 science or higher, you can create stim packs or psycho, buff out, mentat, steady, and rebound. You're going to find a lot of stim packs anyway, so I recommend you do make, you know, all of the other ones, because psycho gives you 25% damage, buff out gives you some extra strength for a temporary amount of time, and others. It's totally down to you. If you feel you need more stim packs after watching this, then obviously go the stim pack route. There's a little Med-X over here that's easy to miss. It'll give you 25 damage resistance. On the flip side, go in here, and there's 2 more first aid kits that could have a ton of stuff. More ammo in the footlocker, ammo in here. Ammo doesn't weigh anything in non-hardcore runs, so you're going to prioritize picking up as much ammo as possible. Again, I'm just gonna slam through all of this. Now, a pressure cooker is a really useful thing to have. In fact, some quests require you to get one. I would almost recommend leaving this here. Like, don't sell it. Leave it there so you know that if you need a pressure cooker, you just go straight to the doc's house, because you can come back here at any point and pick up that pressure cooker. So I always leave it just in case. I'm like, oh yeah, I know where that is. There's other crafting components you might need throughout the game, but here's another very important one. Cigarettes. Cigarettes don't weigh that much, but they're worth a good bit of caps, so always check them out as well. Here's a little pre-war hat, load of bottle caps, no star ones, but we'll be seeing more of them later on.
Here, These are yours.
He'll give you a note and a
Yeah.
Pip-Boy, which you'll be using. Thanks for patching me up, Doc. And he'll tell you to go meet Sunny Smiles for a tutorial. We'll be meeting her and doing it anyway, because it's not too bad, especially for beginners. Now, at this point, you're faced with the decision of hardcore mode. Hardcore mode is, as the name suggests, hardcore. Ammunition has weight. Dehydration is a constant concern. You have to eat. You have to sleep. Rads removes radiation over time, and stim packs heal over time. It's a bit of a nightmare. If you like challenge, pick it up. By no means, you know, this guide will cover if you are doing hardcore. There's nothing in this guide you could not do. So I'm not going to do it. You're going to get flashbanged. But man, oh man, is it a good view. Now, some people may point out that the game does not look like this. I will have it in the description. All I'm running is a little bit of performance mods. It's a little mod pack, Gophers Essentials. So I'll have that link below if you want to install it. So again, yours mightn't look exactly like this, but I'm only running things that affect, you know, performance and how it looks. So Old World Blues here is a DLC. Then you've got The Reunion, Lonesome Road, Honest Hearts. All the DLCs will pop up that they've now installed. And we're out into the big bad old wasteland. Now, if you're running the Ultimate Edition, which the majority of people have and, you know, buy nowadays, you will start off with a lot in your inventory. You've got a really awesome shotgun at full condition. You have a grenade launcher. You have ammo for all of these. But if you're not running it, you'll only have a laser pistol. Maybe that knife you picked up and the 9mm submachine gun. So I'll be using just them two for the first hour. Pretending I don't have access to the other ones. In this case, you can swap over to the armored vault suit that you get. But I'm going to stick with the normal one because I'm going to pretend that these armors don't exist for the first episode. Right. Having a look through here, doctor's bags are very important because if you injure any part of your body here, you can even see stim packs and doctor's bags can be used to fully heal your limbs. You'll find that they'll be damaged after explosions or melee attacks, or even just taking a few bullets. Radiation, Rad-X reduces the amount of rads that you're getting by a certain percentage, while Rad-Away removes the actual rads that you have. Don't let it get too high, it's not good. Your effects will be listed here if you need to know more about them. If you want to have a look at any of your skills that you've got, it goes through a little bit of details to what the skills actually do. For example, barter here affects your barter skills, so it your prices essentially from the store will be lower. So go through all them if there's anything you don't know. The cool thing is that a lot of the skills say what type of ammo it affects. So here 5mm, 10mm, 5.56, etc. Okay, so let's get him moving. You can talk to Victor right away if you want. My recommendation for this robot over here is his little shack. It's directly ahead there beside that big horner. The reason I point out the shack is because it is... Oh, Sierra Madre is now loaded. That's all the DLCs. All the DLCs will be added as quests and they'll have their own radio signal, but you don't need to worry about them because a lot of them are very mid to late game. His house over there is safe storage if you do need to use it. Now, we're going over to this Good Springs home first. It may have no one in it, which is perfect for us. Just crouch down to see if you're hidden there. If you're detected, kind of wait for someone to leave the room. Pick up the Chinese Army spec manual. Now, one important thing. Don't mind about losing karma. That's all good. We will be hitting up the schoolhouse later on, but I have a little route that I want to do here. Do not activate that Spec Ops manual yet. Keep it. It does weigh you down a bit. I think by like 2 or 3. And it is in the aid section. By 2, yeah. Don't sell it. I don't even think you can. Maybe you can sell it. I'll check with chat here. Anyway, this dude has a shovel that we need.
You must be the one Doc...
Talk to him, and he sells a very large amount of ammunition. GRA is Gunrunner's Arsenal. If you don't have that DLC, you won't see any of these. He sells an assortment of stuff, but all I want is the shovel. Now, I have enough to just buy it outright. You can sell some stuff if you know that you picked up at the Doc's house. So, for example, the Abraxo baseballs, you know, just throw it all over to him. Don't throw any of the drain stuff. You can convert that into EC later on with a bench. So you can see by selling absolutely everything I picked up in the Dark House. And if you got all the books, you can throw them in too. Do not get rid of your Vault 13 canteen if you've got it, especially for survival. For non-survival, I suppose it doesn't really matter too much, if at all.
Thanks.
He also sells a special ammo, and this special ammo is surplus. It degrades your weapon a bit more and isn't, isn't great, but it's cheap. Although I never find needing to use it, so I suppose there's that. If you speak to Victor, he'll give you an idea as to what happened. You were pulled out of a grave from the starting video, kind of plays right in to where you are. So he pulled you out and kind of saved your life, and there's a reason for that you'll find as you progress through the game. The other thing is that he calls it a bone orchard instead of a cemetery, but that's where we're going first here. And you got the shovel because we're about to do some grave digging. Put your morals at the door because it's grave digging time. Now, what are you going to get? Ammo, maybe chems. Carefully select everything. There you go. Chems from that one. Here lies Virl. The other thing you want is the snow globe. Don't worry, this won't be in your inventory. But do remember that you picked it up because you will get a boatload of caps later on. Pick up the little Brock flower there. That will become clear later on. Then you're going to want to head towards that monument over there. Now, it is very important, and I can't stress this enough. Don't go left. Don't go near those. Veer closer to the right. If you see some coyotes, they tend to leave you alone. So don't worry too much about them at present. You're just heading for that crossover there. There's a couple of those scorpions, so just keep your distance from them. They are an extremely dangerous enemy, and at this point, we would have to use way too much to kill it, or to kill them. Now, there is this little unmarked shack, which actually has some useful things that we will need, so I'm just going to pop in quickly. Again, crouch over, stay hidden. There's some jap, first aid, and even a little lad's life magazine. Now, I will talk more about the magazines because there's two things in this game. There's skill books and skill magazines. Big difference between the two. One permanently upgrades it, and that's that Chinese army spec that we got. There's some ammo. Boom. Grab that there, and well, you can pick up the Wonder Glue. Anytime you see the weight, the WG at the left-hand side, anytime you see it weighing nothing, always pick it up. There's 9 iron if you need it as well. And that's all she wrote from here. You did see a screen pop up when you do step a certain distance away. It will tell you, do you want to edit your character at all? You don't need to. Hollowed out rock. Sometimes there's stuff in it, sometimes not. Burial mound empty. Burial mound not empty. One of them will always have a really cool amount of gear. In this case, a plasma rifle straight away, which is pretty insane. Now, from here, we're going to start walking this way towards a little mining town called Sloan, where we'll be able to put our repair skill to the test. Now, you may come across this little guy. Now, he's a mini version of what I talked about earlier. Now, you can outrun him. Just holster your weapon away and just walk. He's gonna find it very difficult to catch up with you. You can avoid him. You can walk around him. He's not the hardest thing to avoid. If you pull the shotgun out and you're pretty good at aiming, you could try and kill him as well. Now, see this bridge here? Underneath you'll find this dude. It was a very unique weapon. In this case, he doesn't even have a recharger rifle. Sometimes he has it. In this case, he actually has a plasma pistol, which is still a really good weapon, but not the recharger one. The recharger rifle has no ammunition. It just recharges. So, you know, it's pretty broke in that regard. Now, this is the little mining town of Sloan. The reason we're here he'll stop you and say don't go any further.
Hold up. There are death claws all over the damn place.
So, he'll tell you about death claws, and you can say, no worries, chops. Don't go any further. Like, I suppose now it's time to tell you the map here. Go to your data, pull up the world map. Don't go beyond this line. There are warning signs for a reason. North of the cemetery is flying cazadors. They are very nasty bugs that will kill you pretty quickly. There's also the rad scorpions and the giant ones that I mentioned earlier. They'll kill you pretty quickly. North of here is death claws, and they will kill you pretty quickly. The game basically gets you to go south and round in order to reach the strip that you'll see in the distance late at night. Now there is a reason we're here. We've now unlocked fast travel. We have enough repair. Oh, we don't have enough repair. We were close. We just double check. Repair is there. All we need to drop is some mentats. There we go. Now we have enough repair. Properly assemble this. Speak to Snuffles here. He is injured. But thankfully you have 30 medicine, so you can clean the wound and save Snuffles. Next thing is you're going to do a little bit of sneaking about. Now, in this operation, got to be quiet. And honestly, you're trying to steal this Dean's electronics. Stay hidden. In fact, my recommendation is save it after you steal it. Because there's a second book you need in here. And that guy's normally so preoccupied. Take the duck and cover. You can raid the first aid kit and the cigarettes while you're here. But honestly, I recommend you don't, because it does really affect your karma negatively, and honestly you just needed those 2 books, so you should be happy enough. This is where you can get your this is where you can really mess your karma up. Go over to the trunks here and you can steal all the bottle caps. Later you come in the game, there's the more that is there, but in this case it's all good. Last thing is in the machine shop. You do need to steal this. Steal that piece of metal.
Hello.
The reason will become clear later on. Now, after what you just did there, you'll go up and speak to Chops and tell him of all the good things that you've been doing.
You need something?
I repaired the generator. And I fixed his leg.
I'd noticed.
You get going. You get some NCR fame, as well as some money. NCR dollars. You can sell them at any point if you need. And now we're going to teleport over to the memorial again. Aha, lovely sunny day. And now we're going to start heading southeast. Or should I say southwest? East? I thought you said west. Yeah. This will take you over to a lovely location with a lot of ammo and a few coyotes that you can dispatch. You can use VATs to take them out. That is oh, there's one. Okay, let's... From this screen, you can select whatever part you want to hit. I'm going to shoot the head here. And you got a critical strike. God bless having such high luck. You'll find that things just evaporate with certain weapons, because your luck just gets a wee critical hit. Now, the reason we're down here is because we want to pick up all of the ammo in here. Ammo in here. Ammo here. And this star bottle cap. Now, there's plenty of these scattered across, and they eventually lead into a certain quest, where if you collect enough of them, you'll be able to get a little prize. As for us, well, we're really just picking them up because we want a certain character to appear. It'll give us an influx of them. The price for doing that for us is his life, but he won't mind too much. Now, you're going to head over this way and you'll find some more coyotes. Again, if you don't want to engage in combat, you can skip this bit. It's just a good bit of loot. And honestly, at this point, I recommend using something like the 9-iron. We picked that up earlier. Coyotes don't take too much to die. Just swing, swing, swing. Take their meat, take their hides. You can cook up the meat and you can sell the hide. Into the Good Springs Cave. Now, this place, you can activate Cat Eye. The problem with Cat Eye is, while it does give you like daytime vision indoors, when you go back outside, if it's not nighttime, boy oh boy, it's not good. So I don't recommend taking it. Now, don't attract the attention of the whole group of them round there. One by one. Saving as you need. If you want to, you know, if you win a combat engagement, you want to drop another quick save, by all means. Only a few of them in here. Alright, the bigger problem. Grabbing all their hides and meat. And now, our prize. Little bright follower here. Grab all the stuff off him. This Wastelander has, again, laser pistols, energy cells. Another Wastelander with a few other things. And a duffel bag full of goodies. Even has stim packs. Brilliant. That's the 4 things we need out of here. And now I'm going to show you a magical thing in this game called repair. Yes, unlike Fallout 4, in this game, weapons have condition. You can see it there directly in the middle. C and D, and it's a little chart. Now, when it is full, the weapon doesn't jam or anything. When it's below that little, you can see that we sort of black marker. When it's below that, a weapon might jam or something while you're in combat. Can be really annoying. So trying to keep things at the highest condition is recommended. But in order to repair things to high condition, you need, well, very high repair and the same type of weapon. So I picked up 3 laser pistols. Instead of carrying 3 laser pistols, we can repair 1, and we got it up there to 3/4 condition. It'll be worth a lot more, and it saves space. So the repair skill certainly does a lot of work for that. Same goes with armor. You can go down, if it says up there, it goes equip, drop, repair. Anything that has repair on it, just slap things together. Now, be very careful when it comes to certain unique items. It is incredibly easy to find a unique item that has a basic variant and you accidentally repair it. And that's not good. You don't want that. This will be one of our first Wild Wasteland encounters. There's a lot of walking around here. There's no run function in Fallout New Vegas, so I can do a lot of talking. The Suave Gambler hat. Yeah, this is an Indiana Jones reference. Which is brilliant. You mightn't have all these trees, by the way. If you're seeing all these trees, that's, again, part of the mod pack. From here, go down to the Good Springs source. Discover that. Let's find this dude sitting down here.
Hello? Can you help me?
So, he's going to ask you for help. And he wants you to go up that ridge to save his girlfriend. He's sending you into a trap, essentially. You can deal with him when you get back. But our last thing is picking up another really good stash over here at Gene's skydiving school. It'll also be our fast travel point for heading further south towards the town of Prim. Okay, so once you're inside, go over and grab the Starballer's cap. And it's very hard to see, there's a key sitting behind it. The reason you want the key is to open this locker. If you already have 50 lockpick and you want to try opening it, then, you know, by all means, you don't need the key. But it has a ton of ammo and some really good weapons. Check the other lockers. There might be something useful or nothing. Ammo box on top. That is pretty much all you need from here. We've got loads of ammo now, some good outfits. Be sure to have a little look. Maybe the Merc one, for example. Aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so let's fast travel right back to the town of Good Springs. We're going to do a few things around here. There's Easy Pete. Have a little chat to him. Yeah, he's a good lad. Good character. And this is Sunny Smiles. That's the one that'll do the tutorial for you. So just follow her. And try not to steal too much. You don't need to steal things in the beginning of the game. There's a hard floor safe, but it can be unlocked if you can open the terminal here. I'm going to just show you how things work here. So you have 4 attempts at this. So when you hit ceiling, it says 2 out of 7. So that means that 2 out of 7 of the characters are in the correct position. So let's have a look. Genuine, for example, has an E and an N in the right place and an I. Right, so it's not genuine because obviously something isn't right there. Now, Despite has an E and an I in the same place. We can try it. It's an exact match. Now, what I wasn't able to show you is there's certain ways that you can remove duds and such, which I'll show you in the next terminal. Okay, now that we've got a level up, very important, put your lockpicking up to 25. Reason for that will come up later on. And as for, well, to be honest, it's actually luxury as to what you want to do here. So if you're shooting more, put your skill into guns, and if not, put your skill into, well, whatever you want. I'm going to put it in the melee just for now. As it comes to level 2 here, the one that we really need is going to be available in our next level. Now, I usually take Lady Killer. You do 10% extra damage against female opponents, and you sometimes get unique dialogue, which is pretty cool. Intense Training, you can bump up one of them, or Confirmed Bachelor does the exact same perk, but against male opponents, so again, depending on how you play. I don't really recommend Retention or Swift Learner, and Swift Learner is kind of a wasted one, because while you do get 10% extra XP points, like, you're gonna, you know what I mean, you will get levels and you will get XP. You do not need to accelerate because there is a cap. There is a level cap in this. And so, you know, you don't want to get there. Well, I suppose you can get there faster if you want. But, you know, if you take the game easy, this won't be a problem. So we'll take Lady Killer for now. It's the next level where things get really interesting. So follow Sunny Smiles out the back here. She's going to get you to...
Everything all right?
Oh, yeah, they respawn.
That's the right idea. Try crouching down and staying still.
Oh, I should say that you should always be crouched if you're doing rifle shooting.
You came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles.
So you can end the tutorial at this point if you want, but I'm going to continue with her. So she's going to say to follow you along, and honestly, you don't really need to. Go to the Good Spring source. Wait an hour. She'll have already caught up ahead. You can walk over to her. You could have walked with her if you wanted. Come to think of it, it probably wouldn't have made the biggest difference. There she is. And there's the geckos. They'll be lured in with you. Between the power of you and her, you'll have no problem taking them down. Kill all the geckos at the well.
Glad that's over.
I don't know what he's doing here. The powder ganger shouldn't be out this far, but he is. Okay, so we've taken them down. There you just witnessed a weapon jam. That's one of the first times that happens. Because our weapon's in such bad condition.
See? You're getting the hang of it.
Okay, she wants you to clear the second well. You get some extra ammo and all. It's great following along with this. And don't worry, you won't be traveling alone for very long, because I have a friend that's going to join us in the not so distant future. Take your time, try and get a good headshot. If they get really close, drop VATS, boom. Varmint rifle can take care of them all, or you can go melee on them. There is a shovel here if you don't want to buy one from the general store. So for whatever reason, if you refuse to buy the shovel, there is a shovel here. The reason it didn't take you, because it's a long walk to get here, to get a shovel, to teleport back. It was just easier to buy it from Chet himself, so that's why we did that. Now, there is this settler. She is currently under attack by some geckos and normally dies, but it is possible to save her. Now, there is a pro and con to saving her.
Holy moly.
You get some purified water, which is good, but you remember the place where the Chinese Spec Ops manual is? She will sit in that couch and it'll be very difficult to steal the book. Although you can lift it, take it into the other room as an alternative. But in this case, it's probably better. You've already picked it up. She goes back to that house. You'll never have to worry about it again.
Now that was some good work. What? Thought I might
Living off the land couldn't hurt.
bring those on back.
So she'll ask you to bring her back some items. Back in the saddle. Pretty good. Okay, so let's go to quests if you're ever lost. Find a Brock flower and a Xander root. Now, we will pop back over to the good old town of Good Springs. Sun's setting. Sun's getting real low. Best place to get all this is just over at the schoolhouse. Now, it does have some mantises, so you may have to clear them out. Also, check the mailboxes. Usually it's a wee skill magazine. So, let's just give a quick breakdown on the skill magazines. Don't use duck and cover or Dean's electronics. Again, this will become very clear once we get another upgrade. You can use the shovel as a weapon? Huh. Never thought about beating the game with a shovel. But I suppose I'm going to test it out on these wee mantis nymphs. Smash. Smash. Okay. More effective than I thought it would be. And this is Xander root. You already picked up the Brock flower. It's the pretty yellow one. Up at the Bone Orchard, the cemetery. In here is a few more nymphs. Bam, 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 bam. As for the difficulty, if you ever want to tweak it, just go over to here and you can drop it down to very easy, normal, hard, very hard, whatever you want. I'm sticking to normal. You can see that things are going pretty well. There's no problem there. Also, you can change your HUD color over here if you want. Change it to white, change your Pip-Boy to white. This is what it looks like. Although it says white, it kind of looks more like blue. Gives that sort of Fallout 3 aesthetic. I think there is a green option. I haven't tried the green, if there is. So for some of you that maybe want a more Fallout 4-esque experience, you can do this. And the flashlight is always white. Wow. There was another one here. Yeah, it doesn't affect the flashlight like it does in the other Fallout. So now that you got your lockpick to 25, you can unlock an easy lock here. The level that you can unlock safe goes in 25, so 25, 50, 75, 100 for master. Don't need to worry about the terminal. There might be some useful stuff just scattered about here. Have a little look-see. Bobby pins. Best thing about in here is looking across the floor, you sometimes find a lot of magazines. Yep, there's like a salesman weekly. And sometimes having a magazine can get you out of a spot of bother if you need a speech check and you need it fast. And here we Wonder Glue and a few other things. Our inventory is starting to get full, so I have a very big choice at this point. Either I can start using Victor's house as some home storage, temporary home storage, mind you. So I could go in here, and he's got some stuff just lying around, like ammunition. Grab the steel, we're going to need that. Need that soon. And he's got a weapon repair kit. Now, if you want to use a weapon repair kit, all you have to do is equip said weapon. So we'll pick up, for example, the plasma rifle, because it's one of the toughest things that I picked up so far. go down to weapons kit. If you're doing the Ultimate Edition, you'll probably have multiple of these, but Victor has one if you're not running one. And then, boom, you can hit another one, and that'll bring us into good condition, and it's worth a good bit if you want to sell it. You can get the caps for it. Not a great investment, but, you know, I suppose if you need caps, you need caps. Another bit of scrap metal. Note, I did not actually store anything yet. Back to the good spring source. And we'll chat.
Let me see what you got.
Head over to the campfire. Now, there is a lot of recipes that you can craft through this game. For an example, healing powder here gives -1 perception, but it does indeed heal you for 18 points. It only requires Brock flour and Xander root, so you can scavenge that as you're going through the wastes.
Hey, that's not bad, see?
And then she says that you would probably be best talking to Trudy over at the Prospector Saloon, which is certainly a good idea. But whilst I'm down here, I'm actually going to head a little further south. In fact, it's come up on the map, Canyon Wreckage. That's a DLC. That's not what we need. In fact, I will wait. We'll wait 12 hours here till daytime. And it's daytime. You may have to encounter some geckos here and take them out. Looks like we've got one already. Now, sometimes enemies will just run by you. I gotta leave him be. So, we want to go to that town over there. But, there's a little place up here that has some components that'll help you get a friend, that'll help you navigate this wasteland. As you can see, plasma rifle here is unbelievable. Chances of you getting this dropped is... I wouldn't say it's super rare, but I haven't had it in many a playthrough. It's usually a recharger rifle, so if you had a recharger rifle, you don't need to worry about the ammo at this point. That's another thing. Be careful when you're looking at your outfits. DT is damage threshold, so basically it protects you from a lot of the damage that you're being dealt. Now, there's also a little thing there to the right of condition called whether it's light, medium, or heavy. If it is heavy armor, it tends to be, you know, you do move notably slower. Unholster your holster your weapon and you'll run slightly faster as well. Now, in here, grab the 2 electronics, the Wasteland Survival Guide, a sensor module, and there's a wee star bottle cap hidden amongst all this, so let's see if we can find it. There it is. Okay. It's only the one. Now, we're over encumbered, so you'll be moving very slowly. First thing I do if I'm ever over encumbered is just I just run through to see, can I repair anything? If the answer is no, then you gotta weigh up, well, here, if I can't leave it somewhere, you know, either drop it or leave it in a container. If something weighs 1 and is worth 1, it's probably best dropping it. Majority of cases, butter knife and all, they can be dropped. We do need that fission battery though, so let's see if we can drop something else. 2 coffee mugs, that'll do. Egg timers, empty bottles. Now with all that dropped, we've managed to pick our weight up a wee bit more, which is good. Now, time to head to the town. Be using the cliff face here to kind of avoid a lot of the geckos, although, to be honest, a bit of combat isn't the worst thing to get some XP. Depends whether you're comfortable doing it or not. There will be a lot of fighting involved in New Vegas. I'm not even picking up the stuff because I know I don't have the carry capacity for it. So yeah. You've probably noticed at this point the speed problem. Remember to let your AP regenerate. AP's, it's actually behind me on the screen, but you'll see it. It'll be drained as you use VATS, but because you can't sprint, unlike Fallout 4, it'll never drain because of that. In fact, because of how slow we're moving, I'm actually going to swap back over to my Merc Adventure outfit. I'll be taking a lot more of a beating wearing this, but hey, it's one of those things. Okay, so This soldier will give you a warning, but you can completely ignore him or chat to him. And he'll give you some information on the town, but no quests or anything, so... And he's running up to me.
Where the hell do you think you're...
Say, no worries, I can take care of myself. Unless the dialogue has to be very specific, I'm not going to make too much of a note on it, because a lot of the times just getting to know the area and kind of fleshing out what's going on in the situation. The town here is essentially held in two halves. One half here is held by the NCR, the New California Republic, one of the main factions of the game, and the other side is held by some convicts that have escaped. They're not powder gangers. Oh. I was going to show you can actually defuse these. XP. Just be quick and don't do what I did, because I'm limping now. I broke my leg. That's okay though. We have a solution to this. Over to your, you can go over to your stats or go into your items to use it. Condition. Stim pack. That will repair your limb, but a doctor's bag will fully repair it. But doctor's bags are fairly expensive and fairly rare. So bear that in mind. Upstairs here for a little ammo stash. Thank you very much. There are some enemies, and look, I'm gonna just run past them. Now, you mightn't get the luxury of avoiding them. This is... They'll run in after you, see? And then you got the advantage. You can get the jump on them. The other one may or may not come through. Regardless, go over to the damaged robot. You need to do it when not in combat. Okay, so probably best we just killed all them outside. So I'm just going to bounce out because this dude must be nearby. Broke his armor. Every shot after that's going to hit like a truck. There's only two of them. You can sneak in, but obviously they were at my side at that point. Try to fix it with repair. Now, you need a repair of 65 or higher, but don't worry. We can repair it with parts. We need 3 scrap metal, 2 sensor modules, and some scrap electronics. Who happened to pick up 2 sensor modules in that wee old trailer up the hill? We did. We got 3 scrap metal from Victor's house. And there's some scrap metal with him if you didn't go to Victor's house. And the scrap electronics were also in that trailer. Fixed with parts. Why do you do this? Why do you want to do this? Get a wee robot companion. His robot companion will be with you throughout the game. His name is Eddie. He packs a punch. He has his own quest line. He doesn't moan at you. And honestly, he's one of the best companions in the entire game. He's my favorite, personally speaking. And he's got some enhanced sensors, so if you've got low perception, he'll sort that out for you as well. Alright, let's go over and check these out. Take any caps, casings, ammo, and something that weighs very little but is worth a lot. Usually dynamite's a good one for that. If there's any weapon or armor you can use to repair what you're currently wearing, obviously take it over. I believe I can actually use this to repair my adventure outfit. Yep. Whatever one you want to keep, repair that item. So if I was on his armor, it would have taken what I was wearing and fixed it. Now, the rest of them are located in the casino over there, and the civilians are located in here. And they can give you a bit of a breakdown as to what's going on here. But now that we've discovered the town, we have a choice. We could go back to Trudy. It depends on whether you want more violence or not. Going to Trudy can get you some level up, or it can level you up a wee bit and give you a few more things to go on. One way or another, you're more than likely going to have to clear this place out. So we're going to bite the bullet and just go straight into the Bison Steve Hotel. Damn. The plasma rifle is going to allow me to dispatch them. And you have to remember that we've now got Eddie. He too hit him. Eddie too hit him. Eddie, don't mess around. Also going to take that because I think I'll be able to fully repair my Merc outfit. Really? Oh. Turn him to paste. Ammo. Again, the layout is similar. It starts with ammo, then it goes casings, and then explosives, then their outfit, and then usually it ends up with 8 items, and at the last, their weapon that they're carrying. We'll take NCR dollars. They weigh nothing. Bottle caps are great. Casing's not too bad. I'll leave the cleaver. Don't really need that. Iguana. Med-X weighs nothing. Brilliant chem to have. I've not even popped any chems yet. You want to go in here, and there's another star bottle cap, I believe, that's sitting amongst all of this. Is it on the floor? Maybe it isn't one of these star bottle caps. Regardless, there's a Tales of Junktown jerky vendor and a hard lock safe. If you're able to unlock a hard lock safe, well, hey, that's a pretty good deal right there. You can get the jump on them if you are able to open this maintenance door. I'm going to open it purely for the XP at this point. And we'll go the sneaky route regardless, because you have leveled up your lockpick to 25. You may as well make use of it. Oh.
I'm hit.
Turn him to paste. And now there's a few more. Backup. We have just run out of ammo on this weapon, so obviously panic mode sets in. You're like, what do I do? Pull out something else that you have on you. Maybe it was that laser pistol you had earlier. Now, at this point, I am going to start leveling up some things that have been completely neglected. I'm going to put speech up to 20, barter up to 10, so at least with no single digit ones, and guns up to 20 there. Next level's where things really spice up for our inventory, and they'll make a big difference. Picking up the same item, you can kind of see the pattern that we're going through here. Maybe wear the trooper helmet. We've got the extra carry weight. Also, they do have a leader here that I'm going to drop a save on, because the leader dude does have an incinerator. It fires fire. Eddie should be able to kill him, though. Let's hit up some Sunset Sarsaparilla. Be sure to check the effects. If it increases your HP, it'll obviously give you a quick boost. Stealth boys stealth you, and you can get the wee sneak critical attack off. There's a lot of other foods, but you have to remember a lot of the food contains radiation that does build up over time, and you may have to use Rad-X to sort it out. Super stim packs are great at giving you a quick bit of HP, but they do give you a severe debuff. I'll actually use it here so you can see the debuff of a super stim pack. Oh, it's not even telling me, but it reduces your overall strength and a few other things. In fact, the debuff's so bad that I have just lost my carry weight from 230 down to 220. That's a good example of when you mightn't want to use it. Now, in this case, we can weigh up what we want to drop here. Something heavy that isn't really worth anything. There's a plunger. Scrappy electronics, honestly, I don't really need. I recommend keeping some in the player house that you choose to store stuff, because they are used in the crafting of a few things. So let's do that. And we'll push out and try and find this dude who's apparently trying to outflank us, Eddie. But Eddie got him. That was very cunning of him. Normally I wouldn't really leave an incinerator here. If anything, I really want it. So I'm going to go to my apparel and see what weighs a lot that I don't really need. The light leather armor's worth a good bit. The metal armor's very heavy, but worth a good bit. This is things you have to weigh up. Don't need that. Don't need these. Even though that's full, I'll actually get rid of that just so I can pick up the incinerator. Because it's an awesome weapon. Deputy Beagle here does need rescued, so say no problem. I'll set you free. And if you've high enough speed to 25, you can get him to help you clear the place out. But you've probably killed an awful lot of them at this point. So sure, run away. You don't look like you'd help much. And he'll head on. Have a look around. There is an upstairs that you can go clearing out, but you don't actually need to do it. Like, that's it. You've already cleared out the bottom level. People of Prim seem pretty happy about that one. So talk to him about protecting the town. That'll carry on. So I'm not gonna, as I said, not gonna go upstairs or anything. We're just gonna exit out. And if you also had enough to unlock an easy terminal. Oh, here, I can actually show you some of the bonuses here. So, what you're going to want to look out for is brackets facing one another. And they can be the smooth bracket, the square one, the squiggly one, or the sort of, that one right there. So, these two facing each other, right? Now, don't select them yet. The first thing is, we're going to see helping. Okay, I'm going to pick something that's definitely not it. Enemies and decrees, right? So, lock out is not good. Do not lock yourself out of the terminal. You can exit at 1 attempt remaining and then go back in, and that will reset it and you'll get 4 tries. Just try 3, back out if you're not able to do it. So these 2 squiggly ones are facing each other in the same line. There's no word stopping them, so we'll select that. It'll remove a dud. Going over, there's one a bit further on. That'll remove another dud. Now if we go down, there's 2 square ones facing one another. That'll replenish our alliance. Brilliant. Now remember, the one that we picked was helping, and it was basically the word we're looking for. More brackets facing one another. There's 2 smooth ones over there. You'll come to realize what you're looking for. Sometimes it is just faster to hop out and hop in, but we'll do this. You'll only get 1 alliance replenishment, so the rest will be duds at that point. So if you already got your one, just keep trying to find other brackets. There's another one. There's another one. Eventually you'll not be left with too many words. Kind of remember the ones you did pick and the ones that are still left. So helping for fizzles, it's not that. It could be locking, but it's not. Could be resting. I believe it is, because it's got the I, the N, the G, and the E. Like helping. 4 out of 7. R, S, and T is probably the rest. That was a really good idea, but obviously it wasn't, so it's probably hearing then. Hearing's extremely close. So what is it? Heading. Is it heading? No, it's leaving. Leaving's the word. So you can see the general breakdown of that. Disengage lock. And it'll get us in here. And what is in here, you may ask? It's got the maintenance key that you can use later on. It's got an average lock safe, so you still need 50 lock to open. 25 for easy, 50 for average, 75 for expert, and 100 for master. Fridges are normally stocked with great items. In this case, it'll be one of your first 9mm if you're not running the Ultimate Edition. But if you are running the Ultimate Edition, there's 9mm to repair your 9mm that you may have been using to get an even better 9mm. In fact, at this point, I didn't put it all the way over, but it's pretty good condition. Loading screens are so fast in New Vegas. That's one of the best things about it. He's going to walk over and you're going to ask him, can I help?
Well, that was...
And you're like, hey, you're the sheriff now. He says he's not, and he'll need you to figure out who can be the sheriff, and you can accept the quest. Why not? We need a new sheriff. Now, there's 3 options for sheriff. There is the robot.
I don't know what it was.
So, just say, how can I help bring the law back? He'll give you some other ones, and he's got some stuff for sale. Jonathan Nash is a pretty good trader. He also gives you a few hints by saying that you're a courier for the Mojave Express. He'll talk about the package you were to deliver and the delivery order. He'll say it was strange and a checkered suit guy came by. That's the dude that shot you in the beginning, and you are hunting him down. Ask him what he knows, and he'll tell you a few things to help you out. Tell him goodbye. Now, with enough repair, you can actually get Prim Slim here.
Welcome to the...
So, science reprogram to serve as Prim's sheriff. Now, this does affect the ending, but it does finish the quest for you. And to be honest, that's almost just as good. You can also reprogram him using 3 fission batteries and 4 conductors, but honestly, the 30 science is good enough. That completes the quest, gives you a massive influx. Now, again, the other 2 options is you could have recruited the NCR to take over the town, or went over to the NCR correctional facility and got another sheriff dude to join in. Myers, it's up to you. Both aren't they aren't the worst things to try out. Now, our next thing is actually bouncing straight back to Good Springs, where we're accepted. Oh, there's an enemy out here. Who would be the enemy? Well, it's probably a coyote's wandered off. Eddie's hand sensors does make you think things are further away than they are.
I'm done being nice.
Powder Ganger sitting chatting to Trudy, saying that he's going to burn the town.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir.
By the campfire completed. And then you say, what about that argument there? And essentially, there's a guy here called Ringo who's hiding in the town. And you can see the powder gangers. They're the ones that escaped from the prison I was talking about earlier. And they're kind of like a rebel, renegade faction. Doesn't matter how friendly you are with them. The ones in Prim that we killed there, the escaped convicts, they're not with them. So they're not affiliated as such. So just say, where is Ringo? And she'll tell you where it is, or where he is. And you can say, what are you going to do about it? She'll tell you more about the powder gangers and say, never mind, no problem whatsoever. You can ask her for a lot of information. Now, while you're here, though, you can talk to her about the radio. That's actually a really good thing to do. Mind if I help Ringo, who was the man you were arguing with? Ask her if anything's interesting. You can ask her a lot of questions. Does Goodsprings get a lot of stuff? Go through all the dialogue. Why is that?
That whole...
Right, go through that. May I take a look at your broken radio? Get to that point through your dialogue. Have a little look. You have 20 repair. Repair it.
Feeling thirsty?
Fix the radio.
Yeah.
50 bottle caps. If you've had enough barter, you can get more, but just thank her for the caps. She sells a lot of booze as well and gives you a lot of background into the rest of the game. Excellent. Out the back, we now have access to a wee workbench over here. There is so much. So much in this game you can do. You can recycle your drain cells into normal cells. The drain ones don't weigh anything, so I sort of stack them until a certain point and then use them here to get some straight up ammo. Survival mode, you may have to balance it out a wee bit more because you don't want too much ammo in your inventory. And then the reloading bench, again, you can break down stuff into components and make ammo. Should be called the ammunition bench, but it's called the reloading one for, you know, whatever reason. Armor isn't something that you really fix, and there are mods that you can add to weapons, but it's a slightly more complicated process that isn't as accessible like it is in Fallout 4, and you don't tend to find a lot of weapons with mods on them, and the mods are more mid to late game. Now, Ringo is located up there in the Poseidon Energy station, where you can talk to him. A few other things we're going to do is we're going to head south from Prim to the NCR outpost. That'll give you a few more quests that'll lead on to the town of Nipton over here. Eventually, we'll be making our way around to the New Vegas Strip. We did put 9 luck in for gambling, and that will come later on. But as I've showed you, this is probably one of the most beginner-friendly, best, all the tips I could give, unmarked locations, everything rolled into one for our first episode. In the next one, we'll go on with the second hour of what you should do in Fallout New Vegas. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next one.